The Federal Reserve gave a cautious assessment of the global economy and said growth in the United States had slowed down. Let's, before we take a look at how to trade this with David Madden, over now to our Melbourne newsroom and Evan Lucas and his view from the Asian trading floor.
Asia woke up this morning watching the US have a bit of a tantrum after what the Fed came out in their statement very clearly, and they are slightly dovish in the fact that they are looking at and with critical eyes around the current growth program that is going on around the world. The fact that obviously global markets are currently experiencing some increased volatility, but there was no change to their current expectations around their current rate hike trajectory, and that really was the base case in terms of what you got out of that statement, is that there hadn't been altered yet in terms of what they currently expect. So if you look at the dot plots, you could make the argument that 4 rate hikes in 2016 is still basically sort of put into the thinking. They do very much allude to the idea that if there is any sort of change to employment or a change to inflation, which let's be honest isn't already there, that they would move away from it. So we saw the Dow and the S&P having a bit of a really rapid end to the close.
So, as Evan said, no one expected the Fed to move, but there's been much debate as to whether the forecast still includes 4 interest rate moves this year. It did lower its view of the US economy, but it didn't say if it would respond to those and other concerns by slowing down its planned increases in interest rates. Instead, it was watching developments in the world economy and financial markets and how they might affect the US economy. So, where does it go now from here? Well, let's turn now to David Madden and get some more idea about this, because clearly this big debate on whether there's still 4 interest rate rises into the market really still exists.
Well, given the slowdown in the global economy and also particular concerns out of China, and that's where the whole monitoring the international economy comes into play, weak inflation largely driven by slumping commodity prices, which is also driven by China as well, is going to make it a difficult challenge for the Fed to raise interest rates 4 times this year, as they stated at the December meeting when they did raise rates for the first time in a decade or so. The Fed funds futures market is points to a different story. It's more likely to be kind of 1 or 2, and if anything, if the dovish commentary which you heard last night continues, it'll be more likely towards edging towards 1 interest rate hike. The dollar is very strong, there's no doubt about that, but it's also a safe haven play. Where else do you put your money? We're looking at slowdowns in the BRICS. There's unchanged in the UK. And if anything, the Eurozone is actually going to increase its stimulus package excuse me, rather than decrease it. So the dollar is strong, not because necessarily the economy is booming, it's because it's the best currency in the world at the time being.
So how do you trade this then?
Well, the Federal Reserve, being quite dovish, is obviously going to boost the price of gold. Now, we have seen a bit of a retracement since last night, but gold is going to be a major benefactor while the Federal Reserve remains dovish. And then the target to the upside initially is going to be 11.31. And then should we move beyond that, the 11.40 region will then come into play. But all the time, while the Fed remains dovish, the gold is going to benefit.
What about some of the currencies? Because the debate about whether or not there's 4 interest rate rises still in the bag or whether there's less is all about dollar strength, and we've seen a lot of commentary once again from US exporters how much pain this strong dollar is causing.
Well, one of the currency pairs was actually holding up fairly well against the greenback is actually the Australian dollar. The Aussie dollar is actually back above the 70 cents handle. The Australian economy, for one of the so-called commodity currencies, is actually doing rather well in comparison to the Canadian dollar, the loonie, which has been hammered over the last couple of months. If you look at the Australian economy, they've made quite a positive shift away from being mining focused and dependent on China to actually spurring on domestic growth within the Australian economy, and that's why we're seeing unemployment actually fall and, more importantly, inflation actually rise within Australia. So anytime we see dovish commentary out of the Federal Reserve, one of the currencies which is actually going to benefit from this, because it had so much downward pressure recently, is actually going to be the Aussie dollar, and the longer it remains above the psychological 70 handle, the more kind of bullish sentiment there will be surrounding the currency pair.